Hey everybody, we're back with another episode. It's Aiden and Liam. Today we're going to do the part two of our NFL predictions with the offense, and we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. So first, we'll talk about the Super Bowl. Me and Liam, obviously, we're big on the Chiefs.
Yep. Didn't expect that to happen, dude. Also, like Eric Fisher and like whatever the other dude's name being out, like that had a big impact on the game. I mean, Mahomes is running for his life, dude. He ran like 400 yards total or something. I saw that, dude.
Oh yeah,
He throws like from the ground midair,
he
throwing
was
it
like
30 yards.
sideways on the
His
ground.
helmets and Damian or Daryl, whatever Williams catch it.
Disappointing, but um, yeah. If you watched, they got destroyed. The Buccaneers just beat him on all aspects of the game. Tom Brady wins his seventh ring.
7.
Tom Brady, you see that? You see that clip on Instagram? Tom Brady is getting active
Throwing
at the parade.
just throwing the trophy across boats.
That's how you know you've won too many. You don't give a damn shit about the Lombardi Trophy. You're throwing it across.
Drunk on another boat, dude. They like be
He's like
escorted
walking
off.
out all drunk, like
Yep,
seeing people to carry him out.
dude. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh my god,
Dude's just. But yeah, wonder how Jackson Mahomes liked that game.
dude. He said they're gonna be back next year. Dude, him and fucking what's that girl's name? His Mahomes' wife are
Yeah,
so annoying, bro.
dude,
Oh
it
my.
is mom.
I don't really know his mom as much. I don't actually know her.
They're just so annoying on Twitter. They're like talking about how like they were proud of the way he played and like he'll be back next year.
Dude,
Like shut up.
his wife annoys me a lot, dude. Like I hate her more than Jackson Mahomes, dude. Like
No, yeah,
she's worse. She's a lot worse, actually.
yeah,
She literally did nothing. Now she's like a billionaire just because she's married to Patrick Mahomes, bro. She's all that. Pisses me off.
yeah. So obviously the line is +3, and we said the Chiefs would cover. They did not, so we were wrong.
Yep. I believe Aiden lost $25 on
I
that.
lost. I lost a total of $40 on that football game, and
40.
now I have $0 to my name. That was bad. That was a problem. But so yeah, that was Super Bowl. Next we're gonna continue with our NFL free agency predictions with the offense, which is more stacked than the defense, it seems. So here we go. We'll start out with the quarterbacks. These lists, there's like the biggest names. There's not always going to be 10 people on each category, but like they're like the big ones because like some groups aren't as stacked. So first, we'll start with the quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, Liam.
I think he's going back. I think they're gonna franchise tag him probably, or they'll sign him to a deal. But I don't think there's any way he doesn't go back to Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants a lot of money, probably too much money, but the Cowboys will tag him and they'll keep him for next year, and then they'll see what to do with him. But yeah, he'll be back in Dallas. Trubisky.
I don't think any team like really wants him as a starter that much. So I think the Bears bring him back and get someone else to compete with him, like someone decent or
Yeah,
rookie.
he's the type of guy who could go to a good team that's trying to win now and could be like the backup or like
Yeah,
or I could see him being like swapped with some other quarterback.
team like Denver maybe
Yeah.
push Drew Lock.
Jameis Winston.
I think Jameis is definitely going back. I think they want him as their guy now, and you saw
Yeah.
Brees sit on the sideline like it's your team now. So
Yeah.
I think he'll go back to the Saints.
Yeah, he's gonna be the starter on the Saints next year with Taysom Hill as well. But yeah, Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle.
The red, dude. I think it's his starting days are over. I know he says that he wants to start. See, this is where I could see him going to the Broncos and like pushing Drew Lock like a veteran presence, like kind of what the Raiders did with Mariota to try and push Carr. I could see him doing that.
Yeah, if anybody wants him, dude. If there's I don't think there's gonna be that many teams hitting Andy Dalton's line, and very little. Like I don't think it'll be more than 3 teams reaching out to Andy Dalton. So he's probably gonna end up being a backup, but he could. You know what I'm getting at. He could also be out of the league this year, is what I think. But yeah, I see him going somewhere like Denver or Indianapolis. But yeah, we'll see. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I love Fitzy. He's great for after 2 years. I think there's talk he's either going to retire or I think he'll come back and back up Tua. But yeah, so either retire or come back to the Dolphins.
It's time, man. he's played on a lot of teams in the NFL. The
Yeah,
time's come, dude.
that'd be true.
I don't see him retiring. So he's always talking about how he wants to keep playing,
Yeah.
but he should retire. That's what I think. But Jacoby Brissett.
So yeah, I could see him reuniting with Belichick in New England. That's where he started. So I see him. I don't think the Colts want him back. I see him going to New England.
I'm a Jacoby Brissett supporter. Okay, I'll admit to it. This guy's not bad. He was the starter last year. They didn't do that bad last year. He obviously he was like not like good, but like he's like good enough, you know. So if the Colts do end up getting a starter, somebody like Wentz or something like that, then yeah, Brissett will probably go to the Patriots. But if they don't, I think they'll be just fine with having to use him as their starter next year. But Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance Tyrod Taylor becomes a starting quarterback ever again. So I don't see why the Chargers just don't re-sign him and keep him as their backup.
Yeah. They'll be able to sign him for super cheap.
Yeah.
They'll just play behind Herbert the whole time. But dude, imagine if that doctor didn't mess up the whatever happened to him.
Be weird.
Yeah, but yeah, he's probably gonna re-sign the Chargers on a very low deal. But Cam Newton.
Dude, Cam Newton down bad. Look at this. He's 8th. He's behind Brissett and Tyrod Taylor haven't started in the league in 2 years. I think Newton. There's no way he goes back to New England. Belichick obviously realizes he isn't a good player, so I think he probably goes to Washington. Even though Heineke's better, but I think he signs with Washington.
Yeah, I agree. I think he goes to Washington. But if you saw the football team re-signed Heineke the other day for a little contract, you know, like they're not afraid to throw him out there. They're not afraid to start him. But yeah, I could see him going to Washington with them. So those are the quarterbacks. It's not that big. It's not that stacked of a group. But there's also like names being thrown like Wentz who could be traded or Derek Carr or somebody like that. Next, the wide receivers. This group on the other hand's pretty loaded. Allen Robinson.
Dude, honestly, I see Robinson going to the Giants. They need a number 1 guy. They got like a bunch of like average dudes. They have enough cap space. I think Allen Robinson goes to the Giants.
Allen Robinson's going to go to the Jets along with Deshaun Watson. The Jets have one of the most cap space in the NFL. They're going to be able to get Allen Robinson. They're going to be able to get Deshaun Watson. They'll get a couple of dudes on defense. They'll be all right. They're not going to win the division. The Dolphins win the division, but they could be like 8-8, 7-9. But Chris Godwin.
Godwin's not leaving. Though they won't let him leave. I don't think after winning Super Bowl, he's definitely coming back.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. Yeah, there's no way he leaves especially after this one, the Super Bowl. But yeah, Juju.
I also think Juju goes back. Like, I don't know. I think they want him there in Pittsburgh. Believe it or not, he's even though like what he does off the field and stuff, he's still like a pretty good player. So I think he'll go back.
It's terrible off the field. It pisses me off. But saying that, I think Juju, sadly, will come to Vegas. As much as I say I don't want him to, a report came out earlier today that we're very interested in him. This angers me quite a bit because he's not that bad. Like he's like a decent player, but this dude's like he dedicates more time to Fortnite than the NFL. But I think he comes on over. But Kenny Golladay.
There's no way Golladay just gave up on my fantasy team last year.
Same.
Didn't feel like playing for the last 10 weeks. There's no way he wants to be in Detroit right now. There's zero chance he resigns. I think he goes to the Colts. They desperately need wide receivers and quarterback, and then they'll be Super Bowl contenders. So I think he signs with the Colts.
Yeah, I think he goes to the Giants. Me as well. I was making a late playoff run. I needed Golladay in the lineup to give me a chance at the championship, and he just didn't play for the last 9 weeks, and he was perfectly fine. I saw a report the other day that came out of there's 0% Golladay resigns and he definitely doesn't enjoy his time. Damn right doesn't enjoy his time. He didn't play for the last 9 weeks. But yeah, I see him going to the Giants with Daniel Jones. I think there's always that one player who breaks out every season. This year it's going to be Danny Dimes. I think the Giants will be pretty good. But yeah, Will Fuller.
I think Will Fuller goes to the Jets. They kind of replace what Robbie Anderson could do for them, and they have a lot of cap space and they need, everything. So I think this is what they get for wide receiver.
Yeah. I don't really know who. I don't I don't think anybody wants to be in Houston right now. To be honest with you, it's a shit show. Um, along with Fuller, I don't
And then
think Fuller's
president
gonna
of football
resign.
operations just like quit.
Yeah, that he's like he realizes what he's done. He's like, I'm stepping away from the burning fire. But I think Fuller goes down to 305 in Miami with Tua, plays alongside Tua, pretty good team. I think they win the division. It hurts me to say this, but I think they'll go pretty far
Yes,
on
sir.
Fuller and Tua. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Marvin Jones.
This is where who I think is coming to 305. You know, he was in Miami a few weeks ago and he's expressed interest. Think this is who they get to help Tua along with my boy Devonta Smith revamp the receiving core, and I don't think it'll cost that much. So Marvin Jones to the 305.
Marvin Jones, him and Matthew Stafford have a good relationship. He sees Stafford going to Los Angeles. He's like, oh, I want to follow him. Marvin Jones goes to the Rams on a not too expensive of a deal, and the Rams are automatic Super Bowl contenders or some of the favorites. But yeah, my man AJ Green.
It was once good, fell off very hard. Had a good career and then just isn't good remotely anymore. There's no way the Bengals would want him back. I mean, he's just a body out there, and you know, he's on the franchise tag, so he's getting paid really large amounts of money for someone who just isn't good. So this feels like a Sin City signing to me. Old boss player, and they need a receiver. Why not AJ Green?
Man, I'm a big fan of AJ Green. I've always been a fan of AJ Green. Now he was kind of pissed me off the way he acted this season. Like there was one clip of like him saying like if
Yeah,
like you don't want to throw me the
trade
ball,
me.
just trade me or something on the bench. I could see AJ Green going to the Raiders, but I think he also could go to the Ravens on a pretty cheap deal with Lamar, and he needs wide receivers, so he'll be there. It's not like he's like maybe he's below touching average. I really don't know. He's how old is this dude? Dude, he has to be old.
Only like 32, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's not. He's nothing special anymore. But yeah, I could see him going to Baltimore. T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, I think T.Y. Hilton goes to Baltimore, like you said about AJ Green. They don't have a ton of cap, but I think it's just someone who could he's better than pretty much everyone they have. So they might draft a guy and get T.Y. Hilton to help Lamar a little.
Yeah. The Colts also have another free agent in Pascal, but I think they let Pascal walk and they re-signed T.Y. Hilton and get a quarterback, and they're pretty good for next year. So yeah. Sammy Watkins.
I think Sammy Watkins is the Cardinals. I think they need like someone like a fast guy that can take some pressure off of DeAndre Hopkins, and I don't think he's going to cost that much because he's kind of washed. So I think he goes to the Cardinals.
Yeah, Watkins is very washed. He's not that good anymore. He's definitely not going to resign with the Chiefs. I could see him going to the Chargers on a really low deal, being like below average, just adding to their awful wide receiver core other than Keenan Allen. So yeah, and then we're not going to do Fitzgerald obviously because he's done. So we'll do Corey
Let's do
Davis.
Corey Davis, also Curtis Samuel,
Oh
and
yeah,
Nelson Aguilar. Those are
all
three
right.
that
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Aguilar. All right, yeah. So we'll do Corey Davis first.
Corey Davis. This is a tough one. I think the Titans re-sign him. I think
Yeah,
without him, it's literally just AJ Brown, like no one else. So they definitely need him back. So I think he goes
I
back to the
agree.
Titans.
Yeah, I think they'll resign him. So yeah, he'll go back to Tennessee with Tannehill. They did pretty good this year.
And
But
Curtis Samuel. Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say Curtis Samuel to the Sin City. Raiders still need a lot of help. I don't think Aguilar goes back, and if he doesn't, there's literally just Ruggs and I don't know Brian Edwards. So I think the
dude,
Raiders get Curtis Samuel.
I don't like the attitude that I started coming out of your mouth.
I'm just saying, dude.
but, but yeah, I agree. Curtis Samuel, he's kind of he's overlooked because of DJ Moore, but yeah, he's pretty good. I could see him going to the Raiders too. We're paying plenty of money for two wide receivers maybe that aren't even that good, but yeah, I could see him going to the Raiders. Nelson Aguilar.
I see Aguilar to the Jets. Similar to go there with Fuller. They need kind of speed guys to help out whoever's going to play quarterback there, and won't cost them too much. So I think it goes to the Jets.
Yeah, there was one report that Aguilar like came into the locker room after the Dolphins game and like started like yelling at everybody on the Raiders and like they weren't trying or something like that. I wasn't an Aguilar fan when he was in Philadelphia. He didn't catch anything, but he came I don't know how, but he came to Vegas and he was balling out. Like he was like it was a bit ridiculous.
I witnessed him moss Byron Jones and house
Yes,
one.
but he wants a lot of money. We're definitely not gonna be able to pay that. So I could see him along with another wide receiver. I can also see him going to Miami on a be like a wide receiver 2. Solid wide receiver 2 in Miami along with Tua. So yeah, that's what I think about Aguilar. So that's the wide receiver class. It's, obviously it's pretty stacked, right?
Yeah.
These dudes are all good.
Yep.
Other than Fitzgerald, I think that's up there.
Jake Green's not that good, but
AJ, yeah. But yeah, that's a lot better than the quarterback class. Next, this class is also very good. The running backs, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, I think he goes to the Bills. The Bills need a running back badly. Like, I mean, Devin Singletary is just not a good player. Like, the Colts game, dude, they like threw like 20 passes before they ran because they don't have anyone to run. So I think they need a running back badly, and they get Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Aaron Jones is really good, but running back's the most prized position in the NFL. The Packers are going to let him walk because he wants a lot of money, but I could see him going to the 49ers, something like that, with maybe a new quarterback, just relook the offense, and it could be pretty good. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to the Niners. Kenyon Drake.
I think he re-signs because without him, like, Chase Edmonds is not like you can't just only have Chase Edmonds, dude. Like, it's not going to work. So I think he resigns with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I agree. They need him. So, yeah. Chris Carson.
I think Chris Carson gets overpaid by the Jets. Like, him a lot. I'm talking a lot of money. They're gonna
Like a lot.
make Chris Carson. He's an okay player, injury prone, but yeah, I think it goes to the Jets.
Yeah, Chris Carson kind of not really talked about that much. I think he's very injury prone, but I think he's better than people give him credit for. But yeah, he's gonna get paid a lot of money, like way too much money. Like he could be replaced for Aaron Jones and Packers, or I could see him going to the Jets, something like that. Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, I think Lindsey goes back to Denver. I don't really see any other teams like having that much interest in him, and he's from Colorado and stuff, so I think he goes back to Denver.
Yeah, I don't see why Denver would want Philip Lindsay back that much. They have Gordon. They also have Royce Freeman. I don't know why they have so many running backs, but I don't think he'll be re-signed. I think he'll be able to. I don't. There's a lot of teams in the NFL that have good running backs. Like you could see Philip Lindsay being like a really, really good running back 2, or maybe a back end running back 1. So I could see him going to a lot of places. One place that comes to my mind is also Miami. Miami doesn't have that one running back that's really dominant. So I could see him going in there being like, competing with Gaskin, maybe Ahmed. But
All
yeah.
no breaks, baby.
But Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, I think Fournette goes back and ring chases again. He's not going to go somewhere that isn't going to compete, so I think they re-sign him for cheap.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I drafted Leonard Fournette third round in this year's fantasy draft, which was awful, to be honest with you. And he was off the team quickly. But yeah, I agree. I think he goes back to Tampa Bay, just wants rings now. He's overweight. He's not really that good anymore. He's pretty good, but him and Ronald Jones, I say they go back to Tampa Bay. Le'Veon Bell.
Dude, I don't even know. This dude barely plays. Like, he needs to retire. Like,
That's
I honestly hope he retires, but I don't think he will. So I'm just going to say, like, Texans, they need something. They'll sign him.
Yeah, he should definitely retire. It's way past. It's like way long overdue. But yeah, I say he retires. Hopefully. Todd Gurley.
I think Gurley, he's not a starting caliber running back anymore. Unfortunately, like I don't even know. Like, forget the dude who beat him out at the end in Atlanta. I don't even know his name, but
He's awful.
I think he goes to the Jaguars and just backs up James Robinson.
I could see him going to the Jaguars. I could also see him going back to the Rams. He's not. He just doesn't have it anymore. There was that one year on the Rams where he was insane, but he got hurt. Now he's just not it anymore. But yeah, James White.
Yeah, I say he probably goes back to New England. I don't know how many other teams want James White on their team. Yeah, so I don't see him going anywhere else.
Yeah. if I'm another team in the NFL, I don't want James White. But yeah, I could see him going back to New England on a pretty cheap deal. We'll also do Mike Davis.
Yeah, I think Davis resigns because like he's a really good backup to have, and I think the Panthers realize that. And McCaffrey gets hurt, or just a
Yeah,
change of pace, they definitely gonna want to resign him.
I picked Davis up in fantasy. He dominated. He was very good. The Panthers want him back. He'll come back. He really showed that he's good. Obviously McCaffrey, he's been hurt a couple times. He got hurt a lot this year. He's gonna get snaps if he goes back to the Panthers. It'll be probably like 75-25 him McCaffrey, but I could see him getting more of a workload. Instead of Tevin Coleman, obviously he's irrelevant. We'll do Marlon Mack instead.
Yeah, so I want to say the Dolphins, dude, because I want Mac on my team, but I think we're gonna try and draft a running back, Najee Harris, hopefully. So I don't think that they're gonna pursue a running back. So I think he goes to the Steelers because the Steelers just can't run the football quite literally at all.
I
So
agree. He got hurt this year. Hines came in, and with Jonathan Taylor, there's no way in hell the Colts re-sign him. I agree. I think I see him going to the Steelers. They're not gonna re-sign James Conner. So yeah, I see him going to the Steelers. But this running back group is also pretty good, but there's some holes like Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell. Like there's room for improvement. Next, the tight end class is this class is not.
it's pretty weak, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, it's actually like there's not that many good tight ends in the league anyway. So like,
Yeah. But we'll
Um,
start with Hunter Henry.
again, I think he goes to the Jets because they need anyone on the offensive side of the ball, and they have a lot of money, so they'll probably overpay for him.
I see him going to the Panthers. Also another landing spot for Deshaun Watson. If they got Watson and Henry somehow, they'll be pretty good. So yeah, I see him getting paid a shit lot. Like when I mean a lot, I mean like a lot of money to go to the Panthers. But my man Jonnu Smith.
Dude, I don't know. He's not that kid. He like only scores touchdowns, I feel like, but the Titans don't have anyone else at tight end besides him, so I think he goes back.
Yeah, I agree. I think he goes back to the Titans. Not that big of a deal. So yeah. Gerald Everett.
I could see Gerald Everett to the Patriots. I don't even know who the tight end is in New England, so yeah, I say he goes to the Patriots.
Yeah, he goes somewhere like the Jets. This dude, obviously they have Higbee. He's pretty good. I could see him going to the Jets to replace like Chris Herndon or some irrelevant dude in New
Yeah.
York. So yeah. Gronk.
There's no way Gronk doesn't play in Tampa if he doesn't retire. Like there's zero chance he's playing with any other quarterback besides Brady. So yeah,
Yeah,
Tampa.
yeah. Jared Cook. That hurts to say that name.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of washed, and the Saints have they're like 100 million over the cap. I don't think they're going to resign him. So he goes to a division rival, the Panthers. Help out Watson or Bridgewater, whoever the quarterback is.
He had 1 year in Vegas. I mean Oakland before he went to New Orleans, where he was insane. We didn't obviously resign him. That was probably fine now because we have Waller, but he was nothing special this year. He's old. He's either gonna retire or go to contender. So somewhere like the Colts or something like that, I could see him going. But Mo Ali Cox.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this guy's going back to the Colts. I don't know how much interest he's going to have. So
Yeah, he's not a tight end one. He's not.
yeah,
He's not gonna get money anywhere else. So go back on a pretty cheap deal. So yeah, the tight end group. It's kind of strange. Some weird names in here like Gronk. I don't really. But yeah. So finally, the offensive line. Brandon Scherf.
I think this guy goes to Cincinnati and help protect Burrow. You know how bad that offensive line is. Like they need someone to help, and now it looks like they probably can't get Sewell. So yeah, I think they get Brandon Scherf.
Yeah, these top two offensive linemen and Thuney and Scherf are going to get paid money. I could see him going somewhere like the Chargers or the Patriots to replace Thuney, but yeah, he's really good. Some say he's the best offensive lineman in the NFL. So yeah, he gets paid big. You go to the Chargers or the Patriots. Joe Thuney.
I think he probably goes back to the Patriots. Like Belichick realizes how valuable he is, and Belichick's never going to want to do a full rebuild, so I think he goes back.
Yeah, there's no way Belichick goes through a rebuild, but I say Thuney goes to 305 as well. in Miami with alongside Big Sully because their
Yes,
offensive
sir.
line is
The big
pretty.
fish.
The offensive line's questionable. So
Yeah.
yeah, he gets paid big though by Coach Flo and company. He gets paid big, big.
Oh, and right.
Trent Williams.
I don't think he's going back to the Niners. I was talking to the boy racist James Walsh, big 49er fan. he said Williams ain't coming back, so I think he goes to the Chargers because their offensive line is really bad and they need someone to protect.
Yeah. Seems like another Raiders signing. This dude's kind of a menace. He can go to the Raiders on a pretty hefty deal and replace some dudes like Trent Brown or something like that who just eat and don't want to play. Corey Linsley.
This who's coming. This is who's coming to Miami. Been talking about it with some fellow Dolphins fans. This is the best offensive line we need. Our old center Ted Karras, he's a free agent. He's not even good. This guy's gonna be a big upgrade with possibly him and Sewell in the line to protect Tua. I like it.
Yeah. I say he definitely could go to Miami, but I also see him re-signing the Packers. It's really solid. It's one of the better centers in the NFL. There's not that many, but obviously he's not the best because Big Hud, Rodney Hudson's better than him. But yeah, Alex Mack.
I think Alex Mack goes to the Seahawks because Russell Wilson's really unhappy about being hit all the time, and so I think they tried to make a signing to show him like we're gonna try and protect you more.
Yeah, this is what I think. Mack goes to the Seahawks for that same reason you're saying, like trying to prove to Russ that they'll do it for him. But there's been reports like Russ's name's being like people are like calling about Russell. I think that they're gonna re-sign. I mean, they're gonna sign plenty of offensive linemen to like try to show him that, but he might just not give a shit. I've heard things about Russell Wilson also saying like he's kind of a bad dude. So yeah, he could. It's like you never picture Russell Wilson like maybe not playing on the Seahawks. It's like hard to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's either gonna. I think he goes to the Seahawks too, but we don't know what Russell Wilson will do. So Russell Okung.
This guy isn't good.
The couch is falling.
But I think he goes to the Chargers. He was with the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
They traded him for like Trey Turner, who isn't good, and
Yeah.
I think they'll let him go and get Okung back.
Bad moves by the Chargers. What's new? Nothing's new. Okung, it's time, man. It's time. Seems pretty old. His name's been like he's been like everywhere. It's time to pack it up. Cameron Fleming.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even 100% sure who this man is.
I agree. I could have said it better.
The Ravens' offensive line was kind of poor, and it looks like they're gonna lose Orlando Brown. So I mean, I can see him going there.
Yeah. I don't know who he is either. I could see him re-signing with the Giants because I don't know who he is. Maybe he's good. I don't know. Giants fans help me out, but yeah, I say resigns. Villanueva and the Steelers.
Yeah, this guy's. I thought he was pretty good. I don't surprised to see him this low, but I think he probably goes back to the Steelers. Been there a while, and he stays.
Yeah, I say he goes to the Steelers too on a pretty good deal. Lane Taylor.
I could see this guy to the Jets. The Jets, need to sign someone at every position at least. So I think he goes to the Jets.
Yeah. He could go to the Jets. There's a lot of teams that need help on the O-line. Also could go to the Chargers. But yeah. Cameron Irving.
I think he probably goes back to Dallas, try and get the O-line back so Zeke can, run, even though Zeke isn't good at all. But I think he'll go back to Dallas.
I think he used to be on the Chiefs. He was pretty good. I didn't hear his name too much this year, but I also see him going back to Dallas. They need help. He'll be able to help them out. Also, as Liam said earlier, we're going to throw in Orlando Brown's name now. He wants to play left tackle. Upset.
Yes. He looks like he'll be out of Baltimore. He's a good player. That's where I see him coming down to the 305, maybe a second-round pick, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Put Austin Jackson at left guard. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You got him.
Yeah. I could see him going somewhere like the Chargers or the Jaguars, somewhere where they can, like, they're going to have to make a trade for him. You trade a late first-round pick. That might be too much, to be honest with you, but something like that could land him on a team that needs a lot of help on the offensive line. So this list was it's all right. There's been better, but yeah. Oh, also for these players, we used ProFootballNetwork.com. Last time we used the Spock track, but this time we did it with them. So yeah, this was our 2-week special of the free agency predictions in the NFL. A lot of good players on both sides of the ball. So next week we're going to get back into our normal stuff, talking about the NBA again, MLB. NFL is obviously over. Sadly, that's like where a lot of our news was about. But
Yeah.
we're gonna talk. MLB's around the corner, so we're gonna start talking about that a lot more, along with the NBA as it gets later into the season. So as you guys, what do you say?
There should be a mock draft pretty soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're also doing a mock draft for the NFL. That's gonna be a banger.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, as you guys know, you got to subscribe. I want to miss out. Turn on that bell, and thank you guys. See ya.
Hearing 60% of these guys aren't subscribed, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
not
yeah.
acceptable.
Dude, what? We're
Hit the
not
button,
pulling
bro.
mad views, dude. If you're watching our videos, you might as well subscribe. You know, like we're not getting like 1,000 views. It's disappointing, to be honest with you. I don't really know what you guys are doing. Like you just look weird sitting here watching us film this, and you're not subscribed to us. This is weird. Okay, so if you're watching this right now, I better see you hit the subscribe button. All right, thank you.
See ya.